We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, not a huge slate. 3 games in the NHL. 3 good games. 3 very impactful games in the NHL. And then we get, 10 in the NBA on that side. Yeah. And this slate, though, for the NHL, which we'll get into in just a couple minutes, a lot of implications. Florida's at Toronto. The Islanders are at the Capitals. And probably the most important one of the night, while they're at the Avalanche. So 3 very important games for the NHL today. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1-1 right, 1-1 wrong in the world of sports betting. In the NBA, played 1 play and won it. Washington Wizards plus 11.5 was as easy as it gets. They went outright by double digits. So they covered the 11.5. And they could have covered the minus 11.5 as well. Good win there. And the NHL went 7-6 up 0.1 units. After everything last night, I finished up a tenth of a unit in hockey. Penguins -1 was a loser. Penguins team total over 3.5 was a winner. The full game over 6 was a winner. Nashville, Boston under 6 was a winner. Montreal, Philadelphia under 6.5 was a winner. Tampa Bay plus 122 was a winner. Then the Canucks lost. Blues team total under 3.5 was a loser. Kings money line lost, and their team total over 2.5 lost. Winnipeg did not show up. They got shut out against the Sharks. James Reimer pitched a shutout.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think basically the threat was Quinn said, if you don't come out and show up here, James Reimer, we're going to have to send you to a pride parade, and all of a sudden he pitches a shutout. So, sorry, I had to throw some type of joke out there. The Oilers' money line in the over 7 was as easy as it gets to end the night there as well. So, overall, I believe a decent night on the site because a lot of the plays cost me last night were -1, a -1, a team total, and a team total.
Last night was great. 9-3-1. So definitely happy with how that one went. And a lot of it I know was your hockey. The Lightning winner, under in Philadelphia winner, under in Boston was easy. The Red Wings, thank you, Red Wings. Thank you. I appreciate it. Keeping my Sabres alive by beating the Flightless Birds. They scored 7. That helped out the over by itself. We had Washington up as well. I was kicking myself for not putting up the money line as well. But it is what it is because that would have been about $450, roughly. North Texas money line, never in doubt. 27-13 in the second half. Atlanta money line winner, Miami loser, Vancouver loser, Kings. I knew that Kings spot was weird. UAB, after winning the game for a good chunk of the time, was a push. -2 was a push on the site. And then your Edmonton game that you doubled up on and won the over and the Edmonton Oilers. So nice winner there. 9-3-1, up 6.16 units. Really, really solid. Hoping to have another solid day because tomorrow, Nick, is probably the best day of the year.
Yeah. I'm kind of mad I didn't pull the trigger on any college basketball yesterday because I did when I sent you the text yesterday or a couple days ago at 2:58 p.m. I said NIT looks. I didn't bet any of these. Wisconsin, North Texas under 115.5. That was what would have been never in doubt. UVU +3 and UVU over 151.5. I would have cashed all 3 of all my leans if I would have bet those.
Hey, it happens.
Blah. Oh, well.
My first, I can't click on anything, Nick. Are you able to click on the chat?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to reset my Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Nathan Cerna saying, good morning. ESB got back 2.5 units, also hit a 3-teamer. There you go. Knicks and Philly today. Lock? I wouldn't say that. Unless you're trying to jinx them, then but no, I was actually looking at Philadelphia there, laying the points in that matchup, actually. Hit a mini royal flush. Hell yeah. Paid out 1.5 units. There you go. Good morning. Canucks and Kings. Yeah, looking back at it, I fell for those traps too. We should have known something was up when when two of the hottest teams in hockey were a pick'em and a dog. Those lines were fishy as hell, and I should have just stayed off of those, but it is what it is. The Heat, yeah. I hit the under. North Texas and Wisconsin, never in doubt.
Hell yeah.
Tate the Great saying hello. Grayson saying Islanders money line and Leafs Panthers over 6.5 parlay. I did bet all 3 games in the NHL. The New York Islanders is one of those plays, so I do like the Islanders there. I like the Panthers in that game. We'll get into that in just a few minutes in that matchup there. For that one, I feel like a part of me is missing today with no college basketball, incomplete. There's hockey. There's hockey you can bet, which we will get into the hockey slate here, Tim.
Sure, let's do it.
Can you click stuff now?
I think I can. Let's see. There we go. The Toronto Maple Leafs are minus 145. They are against the Florida Panthers. 7 is the total. Florida, keep on crashing. They've been playing like crap. Hope they keep playing like crap. Nick, can we expect them to keep playing like crap?
I want to say yeah, but this line for me is just too wide. This line opened up at minus 150 for Toronto. It's actually gone down 7 cents to minus 143. This line opened up at over 7, minus 102, and it's actually dropped 2 cents to the under. It's now even money for the over 7. So kind of an interesting line move there. Looking at where the money is coming in. On the money line, 77% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on Toronto. The line has dropped. For the spread, because this is a minus 140, minus 150, 48% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the Leafs. We're seeing 84.4% of the tickets and 92.2% of the cash is on the over in this game, and the lines dropped 2 cents towards the under. I think the under is very live in this game. I played the under last time these two teams played. I have this game projected 3.33 to 3.09. So 6.42 goals. So I thought this should be more like a 6.5 rather than a 7. So definitely a play that I'm looking at here potentially is the under 7. I can maybe go for a little bit of Maple Leafs team total under 3.5 as well. This is also a very similar situation to what we saw yesterday between Tampa Bay and Carolina, where Carolina in the last matchup blew them out. We're talking the same thing here with Toronto and Florida. Last time these two teams played was 6 days ago, and the Leafs won 6-2 in that game. I expect a little bit better of a defensive effort here for Florida in this one, because they have been struggling as of late. It's kind of tough to take an under with this team right now. They've gone over in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-1 and 2 in their last 10 to the 7 here. Actually, they pushed a couple of 7s that were 6.5s. But yeah, this is a tough team to bet under the total right now. I'm just going to stick with the Panthers here. I think this is a good revenge spot for them. And I think the line moves are telling you a little bit what you need to know about this game, that even though the money's coming on the Leafs, they're making it more appealing to bet them.
That's fair. Now, where is Florida compared to Pittsburgh? Like, what is the difference?
Florida is. I got the standings up right here. Go to playoff picture. Florida currently sits in the 9 spot. They're trailed the Penguins by 3 points with no games in hand. They trailed the Islanders by 6 points with 1 game in hand. So they're kind of needing help. Is where they are, and I think Tim froze here. Yeah, Tim froze. So, but for his Buffalo Sabres, the Sabres are 2 points behind the Panthers with the game in hand, and they are 5 points behind the Penguins with a game in hand. So not completely dead are the Sabres, but I'm not going to. I think there we go. I think Tim is back. You froze out for a second there, so I took you out.
Yeah, all of a sudden I just got the pinwheels of death. So I completely missed everything you just said, but it's fine. At least you said it for the chat.
Yeah, the Panthers are currently 3 points behind the Penguins with no games in hand, and they currently lead the Sabres for the 9th seed by 2 points,
2 points.
with Buffalo with a game in hand.
Okay. I was just looking that up and everything. I know last night Pittsburgh losing helped out a lot for that wild card race, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
What's up, Nick and Tim? You hit the like. Appreciate it, Richie. Liking it, Olt. Well, tell me what to bet in that game with a puck.
There you go.
The Sabres.
Sabres.
Maple Leafs. I like the Maple Leafs. Avalanche puck line and the Capitals.
No Capitals.
Well, we'll talk about the Capitals. They're against the Islanders. About to pick them 5.5. Islanders pretty much kind of have a wild card spot locked up at this point. They're up 3 points on Pittsburgh, 6 points on Florida. It would take a big collapse in order for them to really drop out of it. Washington would take probably a miracle for them to make a playoffs at this point because they're currently behind by 6 points of the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they have no games in hand. And they're what would that be? 9 points behind the Islanders and have 1 game in hand. So this is a Washington team that's kind of done. What are we thinking about them, though, Nick?
Yeah. This is kind of an interesting situation, though, for the Islanders because after this game, this is probably their most winnable game until the 8th. Because after this, they go to Tampa Bay on the 1st. They play a second half of a back-to-back on the 2nd against Carolina, in Carolina. And they play the Lightning again on the 6th. Then they end the season with Philly, Washington, Montreal. So this team still needs to win games, and this is a very important game for them. Let's take a look at where this line has moved. This line opened up at -115, immediately became -105. So kind of opened up at pick'ems here. It's kind of stayed that way. Opened up at 5.5 -107. It's now 5.5 -117. So a 10-cent line movement towards the over in this game, which explains where the money is coming in on the over there. 81% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is coming on the over. 49% of the tickets are on the Islanders, and 67% of the cash is on the Islanders. With that being said, though, I'm going to take the Islanders in this matchup here at $1.05. They have the goalie advantage with Sorokin over Kemper. Yes, the Capitals have won the first 2 matchups here. It's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row. I think that the Islanders avoid losing to them for the 3rd time in a row here. I'm going to grab New York at the -105 price tag. I think this is a nice little value spot for them. They're on the road. That's why you're only laying $1.05 with them. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some New York Islanders here, -105.
Fair enough. We'll go ahead and head to the last hockey game of the day, which is the Minnesota Wild and the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche -150 with a total of 6. Go ahead.
Yeah, huge implications here in this game. I did not take a side in this one. Actually, if I had to take a side, I'd probably lean towards the dog in this game because I think this is going to be a close game, and I have this game closer to a pick'em. That being said, let's take a look where this line has moved. It opened up at -155 for the Avalanche. It's actually gone down to -152, so it's moved 3 cents in the direction of Minnesota. Line opened up at over 6 +109. It's now over 6 at +111. I could see this game being a draw. For the money line, 67% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on Colorado. On the spread, 66% of the tickets, 75% of the cash is on Minnesota. For the total, 66% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the over. And the line has moved towards the under. I am on the under in this game. I'm on the under 6. I gave the Tigers a free pick last night. I kind of like the draw in this game as well, which you can get for +335. I can easily see you bet all 3 draws tonight and come out profitable. I think at least 1 game goes to overtime tonight, if not 2, if not potentially all 3. Which, if you let's take a look. Can you parlay draws? No, you can't. No, you can't on Bet Online. I was gonna say, how much can you get all the draws for? You're muted. But yeah, for me, I'm
on Bovada.
You can on Bovada. All right.
Now I'll get you what it would be.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards the draw. I think this game goes under 6 though. I think this is a 1-1, 2-2 game heading into overtime. So draw for me, or under for me.
as much as these are getting close to playoff time and everything, these are still divisional matchups.
Correct.
So I wouldn't really be as interested in a draw for any of these games. And the only reason why is you don't want your division rivals to get points. That's the way I'm looking at it. If I'm the Avalanche, I don't want to draw in this game. I don't want the Wild to get a point. It keeps them closer. It makes this, if the game goes into overtime, it makes this game a lot less worth it, a lot less impactful.
Correct.
So I know you would love the draws, which you said you wanted them as a parlay.
What, hypothetically speaking, what would they be if all three of them draw?
Well, on Bovada, the Wild one is 300, the Panthers is 340, and the Islanders is 270, which is 64-12.
It's not bad.
But that's not really anything I would want to go after in this one, but that's just me. But those are your 3 hockey games for today. Hello, double loss, potential draw. Could.
Yeah, Richie P.
Richie double loss. He wants both teams to lose.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about the first 2 games.
I think Colorado wins.
I'm rooting for the Toronto, and I don't really think it matters who wins the Islanders game at this point. Islanders are locked into a playoff spot pretty much, and the Capitals are out of it, so it doesn't really matter. I guess I would prefer Capitals, but it really doesn't matter. Let's over to the association, Nick.
Yeah. And this is scary because I have yet to bet an NBA game. I have 8 plays written down that I'm going to be figuring out on the slate whether or not I'm going to bet. And it actually starts with this game. The Milwaukee Bucks, 11.5-point road favorites, total 238.5 in this game. This line actually moved up. It's gone from 11.5 to a 12. And this line opened up at 238.5. It did squeak up to a 239 and came right back down to a 238.5. Looking at where the money is coming in this one, I'm not reading the money lines tickets, but 60% of the tickets and 68% of the cash is on Milwaukee. And the line's moved up half a point, which kind of makes sense. And 45.5% of the tickets are on, or my 54.5% of the tickets are on the under, 57.1% of the cash is on the under. So, and it squeaked up for a second, which probably a little bit of that under money is the buyback to get it back to the 238.5 in this one. I had this game projected at Milwaukee -6, and I have this game projected at a 237.5. So I like the Pacers in this game, getting all the points here at home in this spot, +12.
Now, I don't know if I either A, got a really, really wrong line last night, but when I recorded Ballin out, it was an 8.5.
I have not seen an 8.5 out of any.
I think it was Bedano, though. So yeah, sometimes those lines are a little bit wonky. So I don't know if it's that. I'm on the Pacers. I would have grabbed them at 8.5. I'll grab them at 12 that I got it at, or 11.5. Did I get it at 11.5 or 12? I got it at 12.5. So I got a really good number on it then. It's and I'll say this: if there's a home team that is a 6 to 7 point dog or bigger, I'll grab them. Just because, and I'm not touching, like there's the Rockets today and the Pistons today that are double-digit dogs, but they're on the road, and I want nothing to do with those teams. But like the Pacers at 12, and I got 12.5 at home. Yeah, sign me up for some Indiana Pacers in this one. I am not grabbing the money line, which means they'll end up winning outright. So what would be the money line?
I'm seeing around +500 to +520-ish.
Yeah, I can get 516 as the highest one on the site. Not going to do it because I feel like if I do that, then another one that I have to do later on tonight is a +$7. Yeah. That's the last game of the night.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm on the Indiana Pacers plus the 12 points here at -110.
Yeah, Pacers. So under, maybe under in the Wild game.
Yes.
Yes. Bucks first half might get to the window with it -10. Nope. Poopy play. What would be the poopy play? Would probably be Indiana, because Indiana's garbage and Milwaukee's the best record in the league. So let's keep on rolling, Nick. I originally wanted to bet something in this game, but this is another one last night. I'm sorry if you watched the Ballin' Out show, because you got two whack lines. One good in our direction, one bad in our direction. And this one's the one that I couldn't get to last night, and I'm not going to be able to get to it today.
Yeah, and this one I have a play circled for this one, so let's break it down here a little bit. We have the New York Knicks. They are hosting the Miami Heat. The Knicks are 5-point favorites in this game with a total of 223. Let's take a look at where the money is coming in. We're not going to look at the money line. We're just going to look at the spread. 63.6% of the tickets, 84.2% of the cash is on the Knicks, which explains the line move.
2.5 to 5.
Yeah, Bet Online, it opened up at 4 this morning. As for the total, 70% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the over. The line hasn't budged. I am interested in this under here, under 223. In this spot, we have a Heat team that's been one of the best under teams in the NBA this year, I believe.
Yes. Or they're the worst offense and one of the best defenses.
Yeah, they are 36 and 40 over under though, so they're not as under of a team as we.
But they're it's just the fact that because their thing is caught up to them. They're the number 2 defense, only allowing 109.87. The only defense that is better is Cleveland. And they are the worst offense in the NBA, allowing only scoring 108.92 points a game. Just to give you an idea, the next lowest scoring team is the Houston Rockets at 110.36. That's a 1.5 difference in the bottom and the second to last.
Yeah. And for me, I have the Knicks projected as a 5-point favorite in this game, and I had the projected total at 218.5. So I think this line's a little low. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab it here. Give me the under 223 Knicks and Heat.
Yeah, I wanted to bet the Knicks last night. But once again, this is another one where I'll pull up what I was looking at last night during Ballin' Out. Yeah, I saw a 2.5 last night. I'm not grabbing it at 5. So at the end of the day, this one ends up just being a stay away from me at this point, and I'm not going to go after it. So this one's a pass for me. The Bucks have a good look ahead spot against versus Boston. That was another point too. They get Boston tomorrow, so Pacers is a good play. Yes, I agree. I forgot about that point as well. I like the under. There you go. Would you take the over in the Islanders and the Heat in the Islanders and Heat game?
No, I lean under in both. Or I bet the under in the Knicks. I lean under in Isles.
Looking to go Knicks first half. I can't at this point. The lines move too much for me. Did I end up betting this one?
I'm looking on betting this one here, Tim. We have the Philadelphia 76ers. They're 4-point home favorites, total of 231.5 in this game. Let's take a look at where the line has moved. This line opened up at -4 for Philly. It went up to 4.5 at one point, and it actually is back down to 4. So it's really no line movement here. Total opened up at 231. It's up to a 231.5 now. So it's a half-point line movement towards the over in this game. Let's see if the money correlates with that. On the spread, 62% of the tickets and 67% of the cash is on Dallas. But yet this line went up to 4.5 at one point, and it came back down to a 4. We got 60% of the tickets are on the under, and 90% of the cash is on the under, and it went up half a point. So the money and the tickets and the money coming in on the under, and they're saying here you can get an extra half a point on your under as well. That's immediately pointing me towards the over in this game. I had this game at a 7, though, projected line for the Sixers. I have this game at a 227.5, around 227.5, 228. So you actually see slight value on the under. I don't want the under, though, with the line, the way the line has moved. That's just not something I'm particularly interested in. I will take the Sixers at -4. I see 3 points of line value in this game here. What's your thoughts on Philadelphia minus the 4 points?
I was close to betting it, and then I looked at their schedule and saw that this is their first home game since the 20th. So 9 days since their last home game. They just went on an out west road trip where they played Chicago, Golden State, Phoenix, and Denver. Now they're back home. That's the only thing that's keeping me off of this game. And you guys know that I love fading Kyrie and Durant. So not fading the Dallas Mavericks today feels weird, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go after the Sixers today. I'm not betting the Mavericks by any stretch of the imagination, but this one is going to just be a stay away from me as well. It would be a lean towards the Sixers, but I can't bet them with them. First game back at home in 9 days.
All right. You feel weird that you can't do it, so I'll do it for you. I'm fading the Mavericks here. Give me the Philadelphia 76ers minus 4, minus 110.
There you go. I like it. I just didn't want to do. I took the Warriors at halftime plus 215. Nice. Oh, Nick, I got a message from somebody on Facebook Messenger asking me last night, asking me whether or not that they should ride or cash out of their parlay. I didn't see it until this morning. They had the first 3 legs right. Their final leg was the Warriors to win by 1-10. The Warriors won by 11.
No.
It was a $10 parlay to win like $1,000, and they missed it by a point. I saw that. I texted them back. I'm like, oh, I just saw the parlay now. I'm sorry. That's rough. Luka will show out. Only looking at him. No sides, no points, just Luka. I like it. Kyrie can go do whatever on his flat earth. Even though we're fellow flat earthers together. No, okay. Come on. Never mind. You're not Higgs. Nerfies are back tomorrow. Yes, sir.
So are your fees.
Possibly Embiid points or pros if he plays tonight. Oh wait, he's not playing an MVP candidate tonight, so he'll play. He's not going to ditch him tonight. By the way, Nick, are we doing a opening day show tonight?
I don't know. We'll figure
I don't
that
want
out.
to do that so that we can get all of that stuff, all of that done tonight, and then we do NBA and NHL tomorrow morning.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Stay tuned for that. Let's go to this game, which is gross.
Yeah, one I don't really have too much interest in here. The Brooklyn Nets, 10.5-point favorites, total of 229 in this game. Let's take a look at where the line has moved in this one here. This line opened up at minus 11.5. It went up to a 12.5, and it's come back down to 10.5. So since the line opened up, it's moved down a point. This line opened up at 230. It went to 229.5 to 229. So it's moved down here. Let's take a look to see if the money correlates with this one here. And kind of does. 58.6% of the tickets are on the Houston Rockets. 72.7% of the cash is on the Rockets here. So a lot of money, big bets on the Rockets here today. 85% of the tickets and 93.6% of the cash is on the under, which explains the 1 point line movement down towards the under. For me, my projected line for this game, I have the Nets as 12-point favorites. So I actually lean towards laying the points with Brooklyn here. It feels a little bit like a public underdog with the Houston Rockets here in this spot. And I have this game at a 231, so I actually lean towards the over in this game. No play on this one for me, though.
Stop it. Get some help.
I have zero interest in this game. I, through the stretch, am not, from now until the end of the year, if I'm grabbing dogs, they 100% have to be at home. I am not touching any road dogs, and there is zero chance, absolutely zero, I'm laying 10.5 points on the Nets, who have lost 7 out of their last 10 games. So this would be a lean towards the Rockets. There's no way I'm pulling the trigger on it. These are a bunch of teams you got to keep in mind. Any of the if they're playing on the road, these teams like Charlotte and Houston and Detroit and San Antonio and Portland and who else? Because there's a couple of teams that are Orlando, even Indiana. If they're playing on the road, I want nothing to do with them. At home, trying to put on a show for their fans, fine. On the road, absolutely not. I'm staying away from this one as well. Don't have to bet every single one.
Very true.
Did you guys see the eclipse last night? Nope. Morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Oh, trust the shots fired process. Okay. Can we pass this game? Yes. Rockets.
Yeah.
Have fun. Supness. We get a supness. There we go. Wait, these two teams are still professional basketball teams? I know, all right? I love Michael Hutchinson Day. Blues money line in the over, never in doubt. Also took Canucks plus 3.5 live. There you go. Red Wings money line. Thank you, Red Wings. Thank you, Red Wings. Of course, fake Jets lose to the Shark Attack. There you go. Yo, yo, yo. I'm guessing it was probably not too good of a night for Mr. Kryptonite. Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus, and the moon were all kind of visible by eye. Cool.
Neat.
Wizards beat Celtics. I had that. Was pretty funny and was waiting for the collapse that never happened. Yeah. Lakers minus 9.5. Have fun. Baseball's tomorrow.
I've already placed my first baseball bet of the year, Tim.
Nick, do you have class or anything after this?
I have class at 2.
All right, we might sit down and put up all the plays on the site.
Okay.
Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies are 4-point favorites here against the LA Clippers. Total 233 in this game. Let's take a look at where the line has moved. Line opened up at minus 4.5 for the Grizzlies. It's come down half a point to minus 4. The line opened up at 234.5. It's now down to 233. So it's moved down a 1.5. Let's take a look to see where the money has come in on this game. Ooh, wow. On the spread, 69.5% of the tickets, 83.5% of the cash is on the Memphis Grizzlies, and it's dropped half a point. 88.5% of the tickets are on the under, 96.7% of the cash is on the under in this game. So an overwhelming amount of money is on the under as well. I have this game at, where is it? I have the Grizzlies as a 5-point favorite in this game. I really don't have an interest in betting them though. And I have this game at a 225. So I see value in the under, but the line movement makes sense for it to move down a 1.5. I am interested in this under 233. Even though it's dropped a 1.5, I still think there's value on it here. What's your thoughts on the under 233 here?
I'm not really playing totals all that much, I'll be honest. I am on the Grizzlies. And as much as it hurts to say, the Grizzlies are the best home team in the NBA.
Wow.
They're 33-5. The Nuggets are 32-6. So they have them by a game. And I'm going to back them here. This is a Clippers team that I do not trust. And I want nothing to do with the Clippers, especially without Paul George. This Grizzlies team is starting to get into a roll. They're 9-1 their last 10. I'm going to back them. They're getting into postseason form. And normally this would be a spot where it's like, oh, well, they've already clinched. Maybe it's not. No, this is a Grizzlies by double digits game. This is a National Blowout Association game. Give me the Grizzlies minus the 4.
Fair. I'm going to go ahead and grab Grizzlies, Clippers under 233 in this game.
You do that. Let's ride. Let's do it. Blazers and T-Wolves. Yes. Yep. I said F it. Riding with Timmy on the O's. Over wins and playoffs. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go Orioles. I feel Grizz cover. Yep. Tim said you don't have to bet every game. I took that as a challenge and placed $1 on the over in the Rockets Nets game. You do that. Laughing. Trailblazers money line. Not going to talk you off of it. Grizzlies first half minus 2. Yep. They rested Morant for the season. No, they shut down. Damian Lillard got shut down. Morant, I still think is in. I'm going to go confirm that because I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah. Did we already cover the tiny hockey slate? Leafs minus 1 in the over, Capitals money line and the under, Avs wild under. I agree with one thing there. I am on the Panthers. I am on the Islanders, and I am on the Wild under though. So O's. I'm not a fan of the O's. Tim's is. I'm not a fan of the O's this year. I think that they potentially finish last.
No, no. It does. I don't have any injury report on the thing.
How do you feel about New Orleans in college baseball? Tulane is not the best, and they're plus money.
I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah, I still need to watch Ballin out with Tim Earle. You don't need to. They shot.
Thanks.
For this reason. Okay. But we'll keep on moving on here. We got still 5 games remaining on the slate. Utah Jazz are 6-point road favorites against the San Antonio Spurs. Total 235 in this game. Taking a look at where the line has moved in this one, it's actually come back down half a point since I've typed out these lines. It opened up at a 5, went up to a 6, and it's now back down to a 5.5. It opened up at 233. It's gone up 2 points to 235. Taking a look at where the money is coming on this game. On the spread, 53.7% of the tickets are on Utah, 63.5% of the cash is on Utah. And the line's moved half a point towards Utah since the opening. This line, 77.8% of the tickets are on the over, 92.3% of the cash is on the over. It's moved up 2 points. That makes sense. I have this game at Utah -4, so I do lean towards the Spurs here at home. No play on that, though, and I do have this game projected for 234, so it's a 1-point lead towards the under. No play there either.
I'm on the Spurs. I can't help it. I'm on the Spurs today. You get the Jazz as a road favorite. I'll take that I'll fade that every single time. If you're going to back the Spurs, please do it at home. They're not a road team. They are 19-17 against the spread at home. So at least they're over 500 at home with it. I think there's a shot that the Spurs can win this game outright. So go ahead. I'll take the Spurs plus the points. I think it's a good spot for them against a Jazz team that, yes, the Jazz are still technically trying to fight for a playoff spot. They're currently how far back? They're currently in the 12 seed, and they're a game and a half back of Oklahoma City for that 10 seed. So, sure, but no, I'm taking the Spurs. Poop alert for this game. If you're going to back them, do it at home. They need to win, 22 and a half? So they need to win another 4 games in order to hit their win total. Hopefully we can get that, but we'll see how that is. I have to go and look up my what do you call it? NBA futures. See how they're doing. Anyways, Spurs. Yeah. Grizzlies to the moon, yes. Talk about Poole and Curry. That is a 20-point swing from losing by double digits to winning by double digits. That was impressive. I didn't watch the game at all. Happy I didn't bet it because I would have bet the Pelicans. I need to sign up for an audition in the Spurs game. This is a diarrhea game. That's fair. This one has to be an over. Yeah. Didn't know about the tragedy in Nashville, but Predators money line would have been a system look better.
Yeah, I was looking back at it now, yeah.
That should have been one that you looked at, yeah. Which means if you're doing that, Memphis tonight. Because it's Tennessee. I bet Poole 20 last night. He had 6 going on to halftime, finished the game with 21. Never in doubt. 1-800, kind of like the Spurs, and I'm a Jazz fan. We already lost them already. I think Spurs snapped the losing streak to us. There you go. No chance, please. Let's go to this one where I have 0 interest in, but go ahead.
I'm pretty much on the same boat here. We have the Detroit Pistons at the Oklahoma City Thunder. This line, 11.5, total 231. Line opened up at 11. It's gone up to 11.5, so it's moved up half a point towards the Thunder. And this line opened up at 229. It's now up to a 231. So it's moved 2 points to the over, which means there should be money coming in on OKC and there should be money coming in on the over. And 54% of the tickets and 56% of the cash is coming in on Detroit. And they're making them a little bit more appealing to bet. Interesting. And 78% of the tickets, or 79% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the over, which makes sense to the 2-point line move here. I have this game at Where is it? There we go. I have the Thunder as 10-point favorites in this game, and I have this game at a 227.5. So it's a lean towards the under for me. No play though in this game.
I don't think the Thunder should be an 11.5-point favorite against anybody. Although they've been playing well this year, I don't think they deserve to be that big of favorites, especially, even at home, I don't think they deserve it. But I'm not grabbing the Pistons. They are 7-29 on the road this year. They are 15-19-2 against the spread, so at least they covered. But God, this team is awful. No, I'm not interested in this game at all. If it was a little bit earlier in the season, Detroit spread money line would be on my card. I am not touching this one today. So this one's a pass for me.
Fair. I kind of like the last 3 games better.
Nice. I like the Pistons money line too. At least the Blazers or Pistons come away with the W. Hey, I like your confidence. Ivy over his pros. I don't hate it. That person. Have fun. Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, the LA Lakers are 2-point road favorites against the Chicago Bulls. Bulls are a total 226.5 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one, it opened up at a -2, and it's been bouncing around between 1.5, 2, 1.5, 2, and it's back at a 2. Line opened up at 226. It's up half a point to 226.5, which means there should be slight money coming in on the over, and there should be really, I don't know where the money would go with the side here. But we have 63.4% of the tickets and 83.4% of the cash is on the Lakers. And this line keeps bouncing around. And overwhelming on the money line as well. 83% of the tickets are on the over. 90% of the cash is on the over, and it's moved up half a point. I feel like it should be moving up more than that if they're truly worried about this over. For me, I have the Bulls around a 3.5 point favorite in this game. I think the wrong team's favored in this spot, and I have this game at a 225, so I'm kind of do lean towards the under. I think the wrong team is favored in this game, and usually I would just take the 2 points, which I could, or I can get 2.5 at -115. I'm going to take the +115 money line here in this spot with the Chicago Bulls, for them to win out right here. So Bulls money line for me.
I was close to pulling the trigger on the Bulls. I chose not to. These are two teams that are both sitting kind of in the plans. Bulls are in the 10th seed at the moment. Then they're currently holding off the Wizards by 2.5 games. The Lakers are currently in that 9th spot. A half game splits them between being in the plans and not in the plans right now. That is very close. It is between the 4 and 11 seed in the West is 3.5 games wide freaking open for the mediocre teams to play between 4 and 11. So that's interesting to see. Is this something this is not a game I'm going to go after. This one was borderline a 1-800-gambler game as well. But I will say one of my favorite plays is the last game we'll talk about. And then I have a play in the next one as well. So,
yeah.
No way. Skip to my Lou. Who? Bulls first half. Fine. 1-10 with the Lakers. No. DK had a straight sweep on. Tennis stuff. Margin. Maybe Bulls first quarter. Don't hate it. Yes. Bulls. Yes. Prepare for heartbreak. I don't have any heartbreak with the Bulls. I don't care. Lakers first quarter, first half, full game.
No.
Wrong team's favorited.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, Sacramento Kings are 13.5 point favorites, total of 237.5 in this game. They are on the road against the Portland Trailblazers in this one here. Let's take a look where the line at the line history here. This line opened up at 14. It's come back down half a point towards the Blazers. It's now 13.5. This line opened up bouncing around here total wise 231, and it's now up to a 235. So interesting line, or it's gone up an awful lot. So we should see an overwhelming amount of money on the over in this game, and that's exactly what we're seeing. And interesting line movement here as well. 33% of the tickets, only 18% of the cash is on the Portland Trailblazers on the spread, but yet the lines moved down half a point to 13.5. 86.6% of the tickets are on the over. 86.4% of the cash is on the over, which explains the 4-point line movement towards the over. I feel like my numbers are off with the Blazers right now because I have this game closer to a pick'em. Obviously, that's not the case with.
There's no
with
Damian Lillard.
out,
There's no Grant. There's no Nurkic.
I understand that. That's why my numbers are not completely right on the Blazers. I also have this game at a 237.5, so I think the total is about right. And for me, I am going to grab the points with the Blazers here in this spot at plus 13.5.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. And I promise you this is going to be right now. The Kings clinch a playoff spot with a win or a Golden State Warriors loss, which obviously Golden State doesn't play tonight. But with a win or a Golden State loss, the Sacramento Kings will clinch their first playoffs since 2002. They're 13.5-point favorites tonight. They should theoretically win. I'm on the Blazers plus the points as well. Honestly, it would take an absolute collapse for the Kings not to make the playoffs at this point. So congratulations to them. That is fantastic to see. This team's going to be dangerous in the playoffs, I think. I think they make it 1 or 2, maybe even 2 rounds. Maybe they can be competitive, make it to the Western Conference Finals. You never know.
Experience. That's my only question mark with them. They get Golden State in the first round. They're not making it out of the first round.
Hey, if they play Golden State in the first round, 4 of those games if it goes 7 are playing in Sacramento. You get a Warriors team who's won 9 games on the road all year. I'm not scared of the Warriors. You can't just flip on a switch for the Warriors and be like, you know what? It's a playoffs. Let's go win some road games. No, it doesn't work that way. Not a chance.
Fair. I mean, you can ask other teams like the Tampa Bay Lightning and stuff like that.
That's different. That's different. The Lightning play fine all year, and it's not like they lose 75% of their games on the road. You're not winning a playoff series if you can't win on the road. So no, if it's the Kings and Warriors in the first round of the playoffs, it's the Kings in 6, Kings in 5.
I beg to differ, but okay, we'll see what happens.
My chat, bro. Well, I'm not gonna get in between stuff that I don't know what I'm talking about. So when you guys are doing your tennis things, you put it in the chat to talk back and forth to each other. We're cool with that. I'm not gonna read it because I can't give any input to that. So money line or nothing. Sure. Blazers getting crushed. Again, pass. That's fair, but Kings are nothing. Yes. No. I'm not laying 13.5 points on a team on the road. Heat and Grizzlies, 1st to 20. Sure. Mike Brown is one hell of a coach. He's doing really well this year. Experience is important, yes.
And you give me Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson in a playoff series, I'm not fading that. And I get it. They've struggled on the road. I'm not fading that, Tim.
Okay.
That's
fine. I think the Warriors are first-round exit unless they go on a run and pass the Suns and get the 4 seed. Then they can make it to the second round. And then they're losing in the second round. Once they don't get the majority of games at home, they're done. That's fair. It. I hope the Islanders make the playoffs to face the Bruins so Bissonnette can eat his words. And
here's the problem, though. I don't think they'll play the Bruins. I think they're lined up to play the Hurricanes right now, which if that happens, Game 1, PNC Arena, I'm going to find a way to be there.
Okay. Kerr actually had a light switch that can do just that in the playoffs. They just led everyone to believe they can't win. Mind games. Whatever you need to do. Ride those system plays. Philadelphia and the under. You get it. Final game of the day.
Yeah, this one's an interesting one because I'm kind of trying to decide how I'm going to approach this game here, Tim. Yeah. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves, Phoenix Suns. The Suns are 5-point favorites in this game with a total of 236. This line opened up at a 4. It has gone to went all the way up to a 7 at one point. And now it's back down to a 5. Total 232. It's gone up to 235.5. So the total has gone up 3.5 points as well. We're seeing 56.3% of the tickets and 62% of the cash on the Suns on the spread. 75% of the tickets, 68.2% of the cash is on the over in this game. My lines for this one, I have the Phoenix Suns. I have the Phoenix Suns as a 5-point favorite in this game. So I think this line is actually spot on. I don't know what I was seeing earlier. I think I saw the Sacramento line and messed that one up. So actually, I think I'm staying off of this game. And I have the projected total at a 235.5. So actually, at the end of the day, this is a stay off for me. I was trying to decide between. I must have saw the number wrong when I was looking at it, and I saw the 1.5 or whatever it said for the Kings. I was looking at see whether or not I was going to take the points or the money line with the T-Wolves. It's going to stay off this one.
Oh, I was going to list off 2 words to you that you would be interested in jumping on the T-Wolves. Kevin Durant. I saw that. ESPN posted something. Durant's back. So I retweeted it and said Minnesota money line. And I grabbed it last night at 6.5. And 6.5 and plus 215 both on the site. This is my most confident play of the day. I think Minnesota goes in there and wins. I know I said I wasn't betting any road dogs. Yeah, I'm betting this one. And it's only because Durant's back. After this, the Suns are not going to be as much of a fade team. I'm going to lay off of their games. But I'm back in Minnesota tonight. Plus, you look at it. Minnesota wins today, Nick. They'll be sitting in the 6th seed. So Minnesota making a big run. They've been playing some good basketball lately. They've won 4 straight games against the Suns team that has won 2 in a row, but they've lost 6 out of their last 10. So I think the Suns drop. Go ahead, give me some Timberwolves as my most confident play of the day.
There you go.
Where there's a Will, there's a Nick.
Okay.
There you go. Durant and his patchy facial hair are back, so go T-Wolves. Karl-Anthony Towns is back, too. I forgot about that. He should eat large. Yes, he should. Hashtag Bruins. Hashtag keep my wife's out your effing name. Effing mouth. Will Smith. Okay, I got you. I don't know. Don't think I could do that. That's fair. That's fair. That is all the games for today. Bum. Good work, Nick. We'll go ahead and wrap it up and recap and all that stuff before we head on out. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website. All linked down below. Baseball's back tomorrow. I'm not 100%. Well, one thing I am sure of, Marlins, Nationals, Mets, all of those shows will be today. Sometime today, probably when Nick gets back from class. So we'll figure those out. We got to finish those up because tomorrow's opening day. And we may or may not be doing the opening day show tonight and then end up doing an ESB show tomorrow morning just for NBA and NHL because there's a sizable NHL slate tomorrow, right? So I don't want to have a 2-hour stream tomorrow or we'll figure it out. But I feel like for opening day, baseball deserves its own stream. So we may be doing it tonight. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that tonight. If we do it, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish, somewhere in that range for some Major League Baseball opening. Sorry, I'm super excited at this point. Anyways, recapping for today for me. Go ahead, give me the Pacers, the Grizzlies, the Spurs, the Trailblazers, and the Timberwolves. Nick?
Yeah. I'm rolling in the NBA 6 plays today. Pacers plus the 12, New York, Miami under 223, Philadelphia -4, LA, Memphis under 233, the Bulls money line plus 115, Portland Trailblazers plus 13.5 at -107. The Panthers in the NHL plus 126, the Islanders at minus 105, and the Avalanche Wild under the total 6.
Right on. Just watch it back. You'll be good. Alex, I love how you wrote out your hashtags. Nerfy in the Sox game tomorrow, probably be minus 160. Which Sox game? Oh, he's White Sox. Never mind. White Sox money line. Over in the Suns game, sure. I took that Wild division future from Nick's advice last month. Still looks good. I also have the Avs as long as Dallas chokes to win-win.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't give out the Wild.
You should have grabbed Wild at like plus $3 the other day.
I should have, but it is what it is.
But there you go. That's going to do it. We'll see you guys later for some more MLB preview shows. We'll finish out the last 3 today, Nationals, Marlins, and our Mets. And we'll go from there. We'll see you guys next time.